There is a growing movement in the Democratic left to target and punish people who have worked for Trump or support Trump. And this movement, it seems to be gathering steam, and it has gone unchallenged, unchecked, unrepudiated by the leadership of the Democratic Party. The idea here is to identify, name, and then try to prevent people who have been associated with Trump from getting jobs. So this goes beyond even digital censorship. It actually affects future employment. Here's Jake Tapper of CNN, who feigns a kind of compassion at the outset. This is sort of the introductory pose. And then he gets right to the heart of the matter. If you challenge the election results, if you think something suspicious is going on, you might want to worry about what future employers are going to do to you. In other words, you may be unemployable. That's where he's going with this. And then there's something called the Trump Accountability Project. This is a systematization of all this, an attempt to produce a list. They have a list, and they boast about having a list. AOC, let's make a list of all the bad guys so we can make sure that they're held accountable, i.e., they're punished by future employers. And the Trump accountability list includes people like Amy Coney Barrett. They want to go after sitting judges. So this shows the mentality of these guys. Now, it's not our mentality. This is really the illuminating difference between the two sides. I may talk about the gangsterization of the Democratic Party, but I wouldn't dream of trying to say that people who have worked in Democratic administration should be prevented from going to law firms or going to financial firms afterward. None of that. Nor would I stigmatize Democratic voters as being somehow inherently wicked. We have to try to destroy their lives. So this is the difference. And here's Jennifer Rubin, by the way, at the Washington Post, a columnist, talking about, quote, leveling and, quote, burning down the Republican Party.
It's not only that Trump has to lose, but that all his enablers have to lose. We have to collectively, in essence, burn down the Republican Party. We have to level them, because if there are survivors, if there are people who weathered this storm, they will do it again. They will take this as confirmation that, hey, it just pays to ride the waves. Look at me, I've made it through. And so up and down the ticket, federal, state, local offices, the country has to repudiate this.
Now, what are these people actually getting at? I think beyond the issue of retribution, what they're getting at is they want a one-party state. They're basically Leninists. That was Lenin's idea. You have a cadre of revolutionaries who takes over the society and establishes one-party rule. So at the end of the day, although it's the Democratic Party, these people aren't genuine Democrats at all. They don't believe in a system of checks and balances. They don't believe it's healthy to have opposition. They don't treat their political opponents as people who are misguided, who need to be convinced. They treat them as enemies who need to be destroyed.